In March this year, countries across the world adopted an international instrument on disaster risk reduction, namely the Sendai Framework for Disaster Risk Reduction 2015 to 2030. The Sendai Framework for Disaster Risk Reduction is an action-oriented approach to disaster risk reduction and applies to the risk of small-scale and large-scale disasters caused by man-made or natural hazards and risks. This year's commemoration is held under the theme Knowledge for Life.
For instance, in the Zambezi region, where people use their indigenous knowledge to predict that there will be a flood this year, and one of the simple examples I can use is that you sometimes go to communities and they'll tell you that since we've been living in this area for so long, when we see that the water is at that level on that tree, it tells us that this year will be a flood year.
Kiki Beho is the UN resident coordinator.
Almost half the population is dependent on rain-fed agriculture to secure their livelihoods. Over the last decade, rainfall patterns have been less predictable, and when it does rain, only 2% of the water replenishes underground water resources.
Namibia recorded 8 drought episodes between 1999 and 2015, and 7 flood disasters between 2000 and 2011. In July this year, the Office of the Prime Minister conducted a vulnerability assessment to determine the impact of the drought. The assessment found that about 580,000 people were found to be food insecure and required assistance until March 2016. Christine Huebes is the Deputy Minister in the Office of the Prime Minister.
The changing socio-economic conditions, the poorly planned urbanization, the aging infrastructures, and climate variability points to a future where disasters could escalate and pose a serious threat to the Namibian economy and its population, and particularly to the efforts Namibia is making to achieve sustainable development.
The National Program on Disaster Risk Management also focuses on the preparation for other hazards like flood, road and structural fires, as well as human and animal diseases.